Hi, this is Terri. Welcome back to my channel. I can't believe we are almost at the end of 2020 and heading into 2021. And today's topic is a combo topic. It is a little bit about reflecting on 2020 and planning for 2021 and the process that I went through this week to do this. And a little getaway that Ray and I had up to Sonoma so that I could have some space in order to do this reflection and this planning. So we're a little tired. Ray's trying to wrap up a final paper for one of their classes, and we're just trying to get this done for Saturday. The rain has started, which we are delighted by because it sounds so good. At the same time, this means outdoor activities are going to be limited. My tennis will probably get canceled for Saturday. And actually, a lot of stuff's getting canceled. We got up to Sonoma just in the nick of time, didn't we, Ray?
Yep.
Yeah, so we went up on Wednesday, we came back on Friday, and at 12:01 Saturday morning, when you are most likely watching this, Sonoma County is going into lockdown. And we tried to help the local economy by eating out and doing some holiday shopping, and we did we helped a lot. I don't as I've said before, I don't get out a whole heck of a lot, so it was actually really nice to be able to, we were wearing our mask the entire time. We would put on hand sanitizer. In fact, one of the last places that we went to, yeah, it's a lot.
I can still smell it. I've washed my hands like 6 times since we got home and could wash our hands, and it still smells.
It still smells, and both of us get headaches from strong smells. But it was really nice. This was a little bit of a carryover of a birthday present that we gave to Ray back in August, and for a night away. And then also every year at this time, for I don't know how many years, Ray, we've gone up to the city and we've gone shopping and we've gone out to dinner and we've stayed the night. And this year, obviously, because of COVID, we're not able to do that. So we decided to do 2 nights.
Well, we did go shopping and we did have dinner and we did stay the night.
It's just not like we usually do in San Francisco, because I specifically chose a place called MacArthur Place where Zeke and I stayed at last year. It's lovely. It's a sprawling type of thing. It's not your typical high-rise type of hotel. And I got
so cute.
It's so cute.
It's so cute.
And they were doing a 50% off, so we were able to get a bigger room for less money, which was nice, so that the 2 nights were reasonable, and then we got to splurge on all sorts of other stuff. And it was great. There was a fireplace, and we on Saturday night, what day is it? On Thursday night, after we did some shopping, we came back and watched home HD TV. Flip and Flop and
Flip or Flop.
Oh, Flip or Flop and House Hunters, and we just never do that. I know I needed it with Ray. It was just really nice to not have any of the other distractions. It was actually nice to sleep through the night without the animals wanting to come in and out. Ray, you got up this morning on Friday at 9.
Yeah, no, that was weird.
And I did not I woke up, I think, probably at 6:15 and not at any other time during the night. And then I got up at, I was really awake by 8:15. It was awesome. So,
well, we did stay up kind of late last night.
Yeah.
Which is why.
But it was really nice, and I needed the space to do my 2020 reflection and 2021 planning. What was really fun this year is I listened to a podcast from Whitney Danielle. It's called Network and Spill, and I'll go ahead and put a link in the description. And she has a checklist of 30 questions to answer or journal about for 2020, and then 10 things to think about in 2021. And some of them are things like the most challenging part of 2020. I'm like, that list was a little bit long. The funniest meme or moment. In fact, Ray had to help me with that one, and I'll see if I can go ahead and put a link up here. It's the whole "fuck you, Tony" thing. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. That was really it. One of the things was, what is the word, mood, or theme for 2020? Oh, that's 2021. Who was your ride or die in 2020? How did my overall outlook about life change in 2020? What am I most thankful for? Top 5 lessons learned.
What was one of your top 5 lessons learned?
I like being home in yoga pants. I can go many days without leaving the house and be perfectly okay. Let's see. I want to travel more. I really miss traveling, and so those were a couple of them. Let's see. The best purchase in 2020, and I think the Silk & Saunders subscription for me was probably one of my best purchases in 2020, along with some of my earrings from Rosalind, and then my Das Couture t-shirts. These have been awesome. I know it's kind of silly. So I'll go ahead and put a link to her website so that you can kind of think about it. The 2021 ones are, so I tried to do, I did this journaling exercise on Thursday morning, and the 2021 is, what is the word, mood, or theme for 2021? And I think I came up with this the other day, and I think I'm playing with Shine On. So it's going to be about glitter, and it's going to be about really stepping into my own and just shining on. I've been working on stepping into my own for the last couple of years, and I really think I'm, close to where I want to be. And so this is going to be more about shining on. Let's see, who and what will be your muse in 2021? I really kind of struggled with that, but I just recently started writing book number 2, and I think my fictional journalist is going to be my muse. I know it's kind of weird, but that's kind of what I work. And a super goal for 2021. Well, my super goal is going to be book number 2. So it was good to be able to do that exercise. And then I went through and I did the exercise that I did last year. And I'll put a link in the description to the podcast episode that I listened to from Stephanie Sammons. And she is a financial planner in Texas, but she had this really amazing way of thinking about what, instead of like concrete goals, more about vision. So last year for 2020, I had 5 different ones. So she recommends the 4 P's. So personal, professional, people, and prosperity. So I created 2 personal goals, and I'm pretty much going to stick to them for 2021. So one of them is greater visibility to inspire, share my vision, and influence positive changes in the world. That's not going to change, but what's interesting underneath it is you put actions. I talked about this with my friend Werner earlier on in the week because he was like, well, that's not really a goal. And I said, no, but what's fabulous is you put your actions. So my weekly YouTube channel episodes, weekly in-flight entertainment. I'm starting to do TikToks, the Clubhouse events, continuing to be active on Twitter and LinkedIn in order to continue to talk about what I want to have happen in the world and then promote others who are in line with that. So those are all some of the actions. Now, one of the things that she talks about is making a note of the primary obstacle and plan to overcome. So one of the obstacles for me is around insecurity around the TikTok. So I'm comfortable with YouTube. I'm comfortable with my weekly in-flights. I'm comfortable with the Clubhouse events, but I'm definitely insecure on the TikTok side. And so one of the things that I can do, one of the other obstacles is willingness to commit time to scheduling events or recording of TikToks. So scheduling of events on Clubhouse or the TikToks. And so then you put a plan in place. And the plan for me is schedule 1 event a week on Clubhouse. In December, I already have 2, and I'm trying to lock up this 4:30 p.m. Pacific on Mondays, and that's going to be the time, and I'm going to just do fireside chat after fireside chat after fireside chat, and that should be pretty easy. Keep it to an hour. I'll have the structure. plan it in advance, and then I just get to be insanely curious, which I'm actually really good at. And so I just need to get those scheduled. So that's the plan, is just schedule the one event a week. And on the TikToks, the plan to overcome the obstacle is don't overthink the TikTok content, because that's what I've been doing since I had the one that was popular. And now I'm like, oh, now I have to do something that's similar. And I just need to remind myself.
You don't have to do jack shit.
I know I don't have to. I need to remember this is supposed to be fun, playful, experimenting, all of this, and I need to stop overthinking it. So, and that's what I put, is just have fun with it. So the other vision for personal is healthier, stronger, physically, mentally, and energetically. And so then I have some actions around that, and then the obstacle and the plan around that. And then the professional, I have some things around my consulting business, the people. One of them is actually feel better supported and connected with those who really matter, and make sure the boundaries that I set are set and respected. And that's been a hard one for me. And so 2021, I'm going to continue to extend that. And then on prosperity, it's just continuing to build up cash reserves, paying down our HELOC, and then making sure that our financial picture continues to be organized, and we're planning for the short term and we're planning for the long term. So just those 5 visions. And what I do is I pop those into my CRM, High Rise, and every week on Sunday mornings, I go through and I summarize what it was I did in order to achieve the vision, and tied in with the actions I wanted to do. And I think that's a really great way to remember and to reinforce that these are what I set at the beginning of the year. I think you can journal it. I just find it easier to put it into High Rise, and then I can just have that summarized. The other activity that I did, I went back through, and I had this table, and I went back through each month, and in my priority planners, every week I go through and I summarize the wins. And so I went through all the wins week by week by week, and summarized by month the things that happened during the month. This year I put in some things that were a little bit tough. So I put COVID, Adam came home. I put some stuff that was a little bit more challenging, but otherwise, I put in everything from in January. We launched the YouTube channel. That was a big deal. I did a book event at a friend's in Castro Valley, and I sold a bunch of books. That was great. We fostered Bugsy. I know, that was back in January. I also booked France that we then had to cancel in April. So I put those things down just to show that I had big plans, and then they kind of went sideways. And so this effort, in them I have anywhere from 8 to 12 kind of highlighted summaries of things that happened by month. And it was really kind of fun to go back and remember what it was that I did and I accomplished, and also the things that happened to me that kind of sent me off track. There was a second element of it, and I did not do this until today because I forgot about it, which was really Ray was doing some history homework, and I was trying to prep for this. And I was like, oh, let me go print these out. I was like, oh, I was going to do a 2020 goal assessment. So in all of the areas, whether it was speaking goals or investing goals or piloting your life, the book, or my consulting, family, my relationship, financial, fun, adventure, and travel, I basically went back and took a look at what I wanted to have happen versus what did happen, so that I could see. I could see what I did. I could also explain what happened. So for fun, adventure, and travel, Ray and I planned this trip to France, then we had to turn around and cancel it. We had planned Palm Springs for spring break, and then that got moved to May, and then pushed that into October, and I went with girlfriends instead of going with my family. So that was really helpful to go through and reflect on that. And then I put my goals together for 2021. And it's not fancy, but this does tie into what I put into the CRM. So, and I do a weekly recap in the planning, as I said, to make sure that I'm paying attention to these. And I'm also doing a quarterly summary of our financial situation so I can stay on top of our financials as well. So I just went ahead and I put those together. So I feel like coming back from this weekend, or these couple of days, I feel...
Might as well be a weekend.
Yeah, I feel really nicely connected with you, Rei. Rei is smiling at me. I feel a little refreshed because I did take the 2 days off from work. And I feel kind of centered as I think about what's going to happen moving forward. And I feel good about what happened in 2020, despite all the shit that happened in 2020. So I'll go ahead and put the links to stuff, and what I'd like to know from you is, what is it that you are doing as you reflect on 2020 and plan for 2021? Is this something that's hard for you? Is it easy? What's your format? I'm kind of curious. If you can drop into the comments, tell me what it is that you do. I'd love to hear about it, because I'm always looking for ways to improve my own processes. And if you like this, please like this. We're still playing the SEO game on this and trying to bump up the subscribers. I'm going to be doing TikTok videos that I'm hoping will feed into this. It's kind of all part of the game that I'm playing, just to have some fun with this. Also, if you think of somebody who might be able to benefit from this, please share it with them and then ask them to subscribe too. I would really appreciate it. And I think with that, we're looking at the time. I'm getting just kind of this look because Rei wants to finish up their paper before midnight. And
because I decided to have a restful, not weekend, but just a couple days. And I finished a couple books. And it was really nice. And now I have a paper to do.
Fortunately, Rei has like extra credit and everything else, and really just needs to turn something in, and they'll still get an A in the class.
To get an A in the class, I need a 30% on my paper. I probably already have that with the one body paragraph and decent thesis that I have.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy wherever you are, whether you're locked down or not. Our county is getting pretty freaking close, but we're not quite there yet. Thank goodness. But it's not like we're going to go anywhere anytime soon again. So once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting, liking, and sharing. And with that, let go of perfection, take some risks, and above all else, have some fun.